Hey guys, remember Rock, the groundbreaking sitcom that hit screens in 1991? This show wasn't afraid to tackle tough social issues head-on, all while keeping audiences laughing. The cast delivered phenomenal performances, making these characters truly unforgettable. But what about the stars of Rock? Where are they now? Have they aged like fine wine or maybe surprised you with a whole new look? Today, we're going on a journey to see how the cast of Rock has transformed over the years. Buckle up, because we're in for a nostalgic treat. Number 1. Charles S. Dutton as Rock Emerson. Rock might be a garbage collector, but he takes his job seriously. He does a good job and cares about keeping the neighborhood clean. He's a good guy all around, always willing to help out his neighbors or his family. Family is super important to him, and he works hard to take care of his wife Eleanor and their kids. Life throws punches sometimes, but Rock never gives up. He's been through a lot, and he's learned a thing or two along the way. He's always there to give good advice and help people get back on their feet. He gets along with everyone, family, friends, neighbors, because he treats them all the same. No matter what's going on, he stays positive and helps people find solutions. Charles S. Dutton's life story is a testament to the power of second chances. Early setbacks didn't define him. Instead, they fueled a remarkable transformation into an award-winning actor and director. Dutton's journey began on stage, where his talent shone brightly. He earned a prestigious Tony nomination for his performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, showcasing his dramatic chops. But Dutton wasn't afraid to show his range. He took on a role in the action comedy sequel Crocodile Dundee 2, proving his adaptability. Then came Rock, the sitcom that became a cultural touchstone. Dutton's starring role propelled him to national recognition. Rock wasn't your typical laugh-a-minute sitcom. It broke new ground by seamlessly blending humor with social commentary, a rarity on television at the time. The show even ventured into live episodes, a daring move that further solidified its place in television history. After Rock ended, Dutton continued to defy expectations. He wasn't afraid to take on challenging roles, like the one in the critically panned Alien 3. But he also showcased his directorial talents with the powerful miniseries The Corner. This unflinching portrayal of life in Baltimore's inner city, grappling with drugs and gang violence, garnered widespread acclaim. Dutton didn't limit himself to television. He stepped behind the camera again to direct the feature film Against the Ropes, further solidifying his well-rounded skill set in the entertainment industry. Rock Emerson was played by Charles S. Dutton when he was 50 years old, and now he is 73 years old. Number 2. Ella Joyce as Eleanor Emerson. Eleanor, being a nurse, totally makes sense. She's naturally caring and always wants to help people, both at work and at home. She takes good care of her family, just like she takes care of her patients at the hospital. She's got a practical side, too, keeping things organized and making sure the Emerson household runs like clockwork. Eleanor's a good balance for Rock. She keeps him grounded with reality while he chases his dreams, making sure they're always on solid footing as a family. Life throws curveballs, but Eleanor takes it all in stride. She's tough and can handle anything, both at work and at home. No matter what they face, she's always there for Rock, weathering the storms together. This strength and resilience are reminiscent of actress Dorothy Lyman, who brought Eleanor to life. Raised by a stockbroker in Minneapolis, she wasn't exactly a blue-collar belle herself. Lyman started on soaps in the early 70s, hopping from A World Apart to The Edge of Night, where she played the bad girl, Ellie Jo Jameson. She eventually landed a long-running role on All My Children as Opal Sue Gardner, a beautician who definitely wasn't used to the big city life. But it was Mama's Family that turned Lyman into a household name. She wasn't just part of the ensemble cast. She played Naomi, a central character, for the entire show's 6-season run. After Mama's Family wrapped, Lyman showed off her versatility by stepping behind the camera. She teamed up with Fran Drescher to direct a whopping 70 episodes of The Nanny. Lyman never fully left her soap opera roots, though. She continued to make guest appearances and even scored 2 Emmy Awards for her work on All My Children. Eleanor Emerson was played by Ella Joyce when she was 41 years old, and now she is 70 years old. Number 3. Rocky Carroll as Joey Emerson. Joey's all about jazz music. He plays the trumpet and dreams of hitting the big time someday. The problem? Money's tight, and sometimes he loses more than he wins when he gambles. He's not perfect, sometimes relying on Rock and the Emersons for a helping hand. But he means well, and his heart's always in the right place. Family and friends are everything to Joey. Even when he's down on his luck, he's always there for them. He's got a creative streak a mile wide, pouring his soul into his music. It's his escape, his happy place. That dream of being a famous musician keeps him going, even when things get tough. He might not be there yet, but he never gives up on his passion. A classically trained actor with a deeply rooted seed in theater, Rocky Carroll has solidified his career in cinema, stage, and television with varied and impressive performances. Born in Cincinnati, Ohio, as Roscoe Carroll, he attended the prestigious School for Creative and Performing Arts, graduating in 1981 at age 18. Pursuing an interest to expand his knowledge in acting, he went on to attend the Conservatory of Theater Arts at Webster University in St. Louis. For his efforts, he earned a BFA. Finally, he decided to move to New York to test his acting mettle and started out doing Shakespeare. He graduated to television work after proving himself on the stage, appearing in such series as Chicago Hope, Law & Order, The Game, Boston Legal, and The West Wing. It could be said that his most notable and perhaps breakthrough role, however, came when he was cast as Assistant Director Leon Vance on NCIS. It was a role that reunited him with his Chicago Hope castmate Mark Harmon. His character Vance would later be promoted to director of NCIS after the death of director Jenny Shepard, played by Lauren Holly. In 2009, he appeared in a spin-off of the series, NCIS, Los Angeles, joining the process of establishing the Los Angeles-based NCIS office. Joey Emerson was played by Rocky Carroll when he was 28 years old, and now he is 61 years old. Number 4. Carl Gordon as Andrew Emerson Pop is the wise old man of the family. He's seen it all and has tons of advice to offer Rock and everyone else. He's proud of his days working on the railroad, and you can tell it built a lot of character in him. Pop's got old-fashioned values. Hard work, family, and respect are what matter most to him. Sometimes that clashes with how things are done these days, especially with Rock. But one thing's for sure, Pop loves Rock more than anything and is always there for him, offering emotional support and a steady hand when things get rough. Gordon's journey to sitcom fame was paved on the prestigious stages of theater. This Black American actor might be best known for his fiery arguments with his TV sitcom son on Rock, but his career boasts a deep well of experience. Before becoming a household name, Gordon was a seasoned theater performer. He racked up an impressive number of credits, over 30 productions, with the Negro Ensemble Company. His range shone through as he tackled everything from thought-provoking dramas like August Wilson's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom to laugh-out-loud comedies. Interestingly, 2 other actors from Rock, Charles S. Dutton and Rocky Carroll, also shared a connection to Gordon. They all appeared in the play The Piano Lesson together. Seems like the cast of Rock had a strong foundation in the world of theater. While movie buffs might not recognize him right away, Gordon has also graced the silver screen in a few films. He held his own alongside Ossie Davis in Gordon's War and brought his talents to John Badham's The Bingo Long-Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings. So, next time you catch Gordon on a rerun of Rock, remember, there's a whole history of theatrical excellence behind that memorable sitcom performance. Andrew Emerson was played by Carl Gordon when she was 59 years old. Sadly, Gordon died at age 78 on July 20, 2010, at his home in Jetersville, Virginia, due to non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Number 5. Alexis Fields as Sheila Hendricks. Sheila's new in Season 3. Her dad went to prison, so she moved in with the Emersons. It's a tough situation, but Sheila's a tough kid. She's only 11, but she's good at adjusting to new places and people. She sees the world with wide-eyed wonder, a welcome break from the grown-up problems everyone else is dealing with. She asks a lot of questions and sees things from a different angle, which can be pretty helpful. Sheila and Eleanor, Rock's wife, who's a nurse, get along really well. Eleanor's like a mom to her, taking care of her and helping her navigate this new life. Alexis Fields has been gracing our screen since she was a kid. Starting at the impressive age of 11, she landed roles in shows that defined the 90s sitcom scene. Rock, Hangin' with Mr. Cooper, Sister, Sister, and The Parent 'Hood, to name a few. Her comedic timing was undeniable. But Fields isn't just about the laughs. She's shown her versatility throughout her career, taking on roles in shows like Moesha and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, while also appearing in dramas like One-on-One and The Bernie Mac Show. Her talents extend beyond the small screen, too. Fields has landed roles in movies like Clint Eastwood's Gran Torino and science fiction action flick Real Steel with Hugh Jackman. She even appeared in the rom-com The 5-Year Engagement alongside Jason Segel. So next time you see Alexis Fields, remember, she's a well-rounded actress with a career spanning decades and genres. Sheila Hendricks was played by Alexis Fields when she was 14 years old, and now she is 31 years old. Number 6. Garrett Morris as Whiz Whiz is a bit of a mystery. No one knows much about his past or what makes him tick. He's kind of out there with his odd habits and way of speaking, but that's part of what makes him interesting. He's always around the neighborhood, hanging out at the bar or just walking the streets. He doesn't say much, but he seems to notice everything going on with Rock, Joey, Eleanor, and everyone else. Even though he lives life on his own terms, Whiz is a keen observer. He picks up on the joys and struggles of the people around him, and sometimes he surprises everyone by dropping words of wisdom that show he's much deeper than he seems. As a founding member of the Not Ready for Primetime Players on the groundbreaking sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live, Garrett Morris enjoyed mainstream notoriety even through frustrations with his limited role on the program. After 10 years of training as a singer, musician, and actor on the stages of New York, Morris came to SNL as an outsider, being the oldest and only African-American performer in the troupe. Although many of his contributions came in the form of broad stereotypes, he did manage to craft several memorable recurring characters, among them the president of the New York School for the Hard of Hearing and ex-Mets baseball player Chico Escuela. Overshadowed by the likes of John Belushi and Bill Murray, Morris left the show in 1980 along with the remaining original cast members. After a period of self-imposed exile, during which he overcame a serious drug addiction, Morris gradually returned with appearances on series such as The Jeffersons and in films like the horror satire The Stuff. Later work found him regularly appearing on African-American targeted sitcoms like The Jamie Foxx Show. Despite his difficult and frequently unfulfilling tenure on Saturday Night Live, Morris outlasted his detractors and was eventually abided a sort of fond reverence by later generations of performers and audiences who had grown up giddily quoting the childlike Escuela's famous catchphrase, "Besa bowl bin berry good to me." Whiz was played by Garrett Morris when he was 64 years old, and now he is 87 years old. Number 7. Jamie Foxx as Crazy George. They don't call him Crazy George for nothing. This guy's a real character. His ideas are wilder than a rodeo bull. His habits are one of a kind, and you never know what he'll do next. But beneath all the craziness, George is a loyal friend. He's got a good heart, even if his ways of helping are a bit, well, crazy. He's the ultimate stress reliever for the Emersons, always there to crack them up, no matter how tough things get. This kind of offbeat character would be a perfect fit for Jamie Foxx's comedic talents. He got his big break on the wacky sketch show In Living Color in the 90s. He was a musician with a soul dipped in classical training and an actor with hidden depths. He hinted at this in Any Given Sunday, where he traded punchlines for pigskins, showcasing the gridiron skills honed during his high school quarterback days. Stand-up remained his jam, pun intended, but Foxx's true breakout came with Ray. His portrayal of the legendary Ray Charles wasn't just an impersonation, it was a soul-channeled, a performance that resonated with a roar and earned him the ultimate trophy, an Oscar. Foxx refused to be typecast. He jumped between genres like a parkour master, kicking butt in action flicks like The Kingdom, delivering tear-jerking performances in dramas like The Soloist, and reminding everyone of his comedic chops in wild rides like Django Unchained and The Stylish Baby Driver. He was a chameleon, an enigma wrapped in a riddle submerged in a vat of pure talent. And behind the scenes, he even puppeteered the strings on White Famous, a show inspired by his own comedic beginnings. Jamie Foxx, a man who defied definition, a career that was one surprise after another. Crazy George was played by Jamie Foxx when he was 25 years old, and now he is 56 years old. Number 8, Hugh Dane as Fred Fred's the most laid-back dude you'll ever meet. He just goes with the flow, never gets ruffled by anything. It's kind of a breath of fresh air compared to the craziness the Emersons deal with all the time. He's a true friend to Rock and the gang, always down for a drink at the bar or just lending an ear. He might not say much, but his loyalty runs deep, showing the importance of strong community bonds. Every now and then, Fred surprises everyone with a wise word or two. Turns out, there's more to him than meets the eye. He might be quiet, but his presence speaks volumes. Hugh Dane, born under the Arizona sun, didn't take the straight path to Hollywood. He honed his craft on the stage before venturing into the unknown territory of video games with It Came from the Desert in the late 80s. Television came knocking shortly after, with a 2-part episode on Hunter. His big-screen debut arrived alongside Denzel Washington in the action flick Ricochet. From there, Dane became a familiar face on TV, popping up in shows like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Boy Meets World. He landed a recurring role on the acclaimed sitcom Rock, showcasing his comedic timing. Even after Rock ended, Dane stayed busy. He charmed audiences on Friends and Sister Sister and tackled dramatic roles in films like Restraining Order. He proved his versatility with guest appearances on shows like Monk and The West Wing. Then came the role that would define his later career. Hank, the security guard on The American Office. While never the center of attention, Dane provided the perfect down-to-earth foil to the show's wacky office workers. He continued to act in films like Bridesmaids and even revisited his comedic roots in shows like Wet Hot American Summer. Fred was played by Hugh Dane when he was 49 years old. Sadly, Dane died on May 16, 2018, at the age of 75 from pancreatic cancer. Number 9. Clifton Powell as Andre Thompson. Andre, well, let's just say he's the muscle around here. Everyone knows his name, and it sends shivers down their spines. He's a drug dealer, pure and simple, and he runs things with a cold hand. No mess, no fuss, just results. Rock, the garbage collector, is the one guy who stands up to him. Their rivalry is a constant source of tension in the neighborhood. Rock wants to keep his community safe, and that means taking down Andre's operation. Andre might seem like a one-dimensional villain, but there are hints of something more. Maybe he got caught in this life because of bad choices or tough times. The show makes you wonder, is he just evil? Or is there a story behind the darkness? You might recognize Clifton Powell first as Pinky, the hilariously outdated gangster clinging to his glory days in Next Friday and Friday After Next. Powell can bring the laughs, but he also has a chilling intensity. He's delivered unforgettable performances as menacing villains in films like the raw Menace II Society and the gritty crime drama Dead Presidents, showcasing a range that left audiences both impressed and maybe a little intimidated. But Clifton Powell is far more than just a gangster archetype. This chameleon of an actor can disappear into any role. He brought historical gravitas to the screen, portraying Martin Luther King Jr. in Selma, Lord Selma, and then seamlessly transitioned to portray music legend Ray Charles's trusted confidant, Jeff Brown, in the acclaimed Ray. Powell isn't afraid to tackle projects with social weight either. He's graced films like The Gospel and Woman Thou Art Loosed that explore important social issues, proving his commitment to stories that resonate beyond pure entertainment. And for those who enjoy a touch of satire, Powell even lent his voice to the audacious animated series The Boondocks, demonstrating his willingness to embrace projects that push boundaries. Clifton Powell is a true thespian, a performer who can deliver laughter, menace, historical accuracy, and social commentary, all with the same level of commitment and skill. Andre Thompson was played by Clifton Powell when he was 25 years old, and now he is 56 years old. Number 10, Tone Loc as Ronnie Paxton. Ronnie Paxton exudes street smarts and toughness. His demeanor suggests that he's seen it all. As a recurring character, he navigates the challenges of the neighborhood with a no-nonsense attitude. Ronnie's presence adds depth to the show's portrayal of urban life. He's part of the fabric of the neighborhood. Viewers appreciate his authenticity, the way he fits seamlessly into the community. With a voice that rumbled like gravel and a knack for both wacky rhymes and dark humor, he ruled the charts in 1989 with hits like Wild Thing and Funky Cold Medina. These tracks weren't just jams, they became his ticket to Hollywood. Tone Loc's first acting gig was a cameo in The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, spitting rhymes alongside Andrew Dice Clay. But his talents went beyond live action. He brought a menacing edge to the animated world, voicing a giant lizard in Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. That same year, he stole the show as Pee-wee, the wise-cracking baby in Bebe's Kids. His range wasn't limited to animation. Tone Loc landed the role of Ronnie Paxton, a vigilante on the sitcom Rock, proving he could handle both humor and drama. From there, his filmography exploded. He went from a cowboy in Posse to a smooth operator in Poetic Justice, then took a hilarious turn in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective before starring in the Disney flick Blank Check. Tone Loc's career is a testament to his versatility. He wasn't just a rapper. He was an entertainer who could captivate audiences with his voice, humor, and acting chops, all while defying expectations. Ronnie Paxton was played by Tone Loc when he was 26 years old, and now he is 58 years old. Number 11. Barry Shabaka Henley as Ernie. Ernie's not a man of many words, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a lot going on upstairs. He's quiet, but he observes everything, catches details most people miss. He's fiercely loyal to Rock and the neighborhood, not just to the people he knows well, but to everyone around. Whenever someone needs a hand, Ernie's there, quietly offering his support. He's been around a long time, seen it all, the good, the bad, and the everyday stuff. He's like the heart of the neighborhood, adding a real sense of what it's like to live in this community. If you have ever referred to character actor Barry Shabaka Henley as that guy, you wouldn't be alone. But rather than a stab at his B-list status, this is a testament to his numerous projects and wide variety of roles since debuting on screen in the 1988 comedy Nincompoop. Henley is most often recognized as the smooth-talking jazz trumpeter in Michael Mann's Collateral opposite Tom Cruise, as well as his other supporting roles in Mann-directed films including Miami Vice and Ally. Henley's talent didn't go unnoticed. He reunited with director Michael Mann for the TV series Luck, and even landed a chilling role as a murderer on Body of Proof. His versatility continued to shine with appearances on shows like Lie to Me and Better Call Saul, where he played a police detective in the Breaking Bad spin-off. In 2019, Henley joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe, appearing as Marcus Benson in Agents of SHIELD. But his talents extend far beyond action-packed adventures. He's currently a regular cast member on the heartwarming sitcom Bob Hart's Abishola, bringing warmth and humor to the role of Uncle Tunde. However, Henley's roots lie in the world of theater. His dedication to the stage has garnered him prestigious awards like the Drama Desk, Obie, and Olivier Awards. He was also a member of esteemed companies like the West Coast Black Repertory Theater and the San Francisco Mime Troupe. Ernie was played by Barry Shabaka Henley when he was 38 years old, and now he is 69 years old. Number 12. Daryl Sivad as Sly. Growing up in this neighborhood has made Sly sharp as a tack. He knows every corner, every shortcut, and how things work around here. But underneath that tough exterior, Sly's got a loyal streak a mile wide. He's got Rock's back, and you can bet he's got yours too if you're cool with him. Sly's all about survival. He's seen it all and knows how to navigate the tough times the neighborhood throws at you. He's resourceful and can adapt to anything, which is pretty much what you need to get by here. Daryl Sivad's one of those actors you see and instantly think hilarious. He got his start cracking up audiences in movies like Talkin' Dirty After Dark with Martin Lawrence. Even Johnny Carson noticed his talent, inviting him on The Tonight Show. The 90s were Sivad's comedy prime time. He snagged roles on shows like Living Single and the legendary Friends, making us laugh week after week. He even voiced a character on the hilarious cartoon Sea Bear and Jamal. But Sivad's more than just laughs. He kept the fun going on, shows like The Parkers, and even surprised everyone with a guest spot on the medical drama Grey's Anatomy. He showed his acting range goes beyond comedy with roles in the quirky rom-com 500 Days of Summer and the comedy The Guilt Trip. No matter what he's in, Daryl Sivad brings the funny. He's a comedic legend who's been keeping audiences entertained for years. Sly was played by Daryl Sivad when he was 39 years old, and now he is 70 years old. Number 13. Loretta Devine as Cynthia is all about warmth and kindness. You can tell she cares by the way she talks to everyone. Whether someone needs a shoulder to cry on or a helping hand, Cynthia's there for them. She's super involved in the neighborhood, knows everyone's stories, and is always there to lend a hand. Life throws punches, but Cynthia never backs down. She's tough and faces problems head-on, never giving up. Her strength inspires everyone around her, showing them that you gotta have what it takes inside to make it through. With soulful eyes and a lilting voice, Loretta Devine is a classically trained actress and singer who captivates audiences with her exceptional talent. Her journey to prominence began with a strong foundation in theater, studying and later directing at Houston's Black Arts Center. Devine's professional acting career took off in the late 1970s, with appearances in Broadway productions like Hair and Dreamgirls. Simultaneously, she began building her resume in television and film, including a year-long role on the sitcom A Different World and a part in the thriller Little Nikita. Devine's big break came in 1995 with her warm and relatable performance as a single mother in the hit film Waiting to Exhale. This led to a string of notable supporting roles in films like The Preacher's Wife, Down in the Delta, and What Women Want. Devine's talent was also recognized in the world of television, with regular and recurring roles on shows like Boston Public and Grey's Anatomy. Her versatility as an actress is evident in her diverse film choices, from the screen adaptation of Dreamgirls to Werner Herzog's psychodrama, My Son, What Have Ye Done? Through her dedication, professionalism, and prolific body of work, Loretta Devine has established herself as one of Hollywood's most dependable and talented ensemble cast members. Her soulful performances continue to leave a lasting impression on audiences and peers alike. Cynthia was played by Loretta Devine when she was 43 years old, and now she is 74 years old. Number 14. Joan Pringle as Maddie. We don't know much about Maddie, where she came from, or what makes her tick. But that mysteriousness makes her all the more interesting. She's definitely a part of the neighborhood scene, interacting with everyone and leaving a bit of an impression. Even though she doesn't have a ton of screen time, Maddie comes across as strong and quiet. Life throws things her way, but she bounces back. She's good at handling challenges without letting them take over, which is pretty admirable. From 1989 to 1991, Pringle starred as Ruth Marshall in the daytime drama Generations. She also took on soap opera roles in General Hospital and The Bold and the Beautiful. Pringle's versatility as an actress was showcased in the Visions of Murder and Eyes of Terror movies, where she played Gwen Singleton, the boss of Barbara Eden's character. In the 2000s, Pringle appeared in films like Original Sin and Daddy's Little Girls. She had recurring roles on television shows such as Girlfriends, where she played Carroll Hart, the mother of Tracy Ellis Ross's character, and One-on-One, where she portrayed Flex Alexander's mother, Eunice. Pringle's recent work includes appearances in the television series Being Mary Jane and the feature film The Lost City. Maddie was played by Joan Pringle when she was 47 years old, and now she is 79 years old. We really love the cast of The Rock. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you on the next video.